So just finding a comfortable spot in your chair. And if it's available to you, find some grounding in the feet, and then just kind of rest your back comfortably against the chair. If you want to slide your hips out a little bit, you can. If you want to use armrests or just rest them on your lap, you can do kind of whatever feels good for you. And we'll just allow the eyes to close. If you'd like, you can place one or both hands over the low belly, just kind of right over the belly button area. And then just take a few breaths to observe how you're breathing and where you're breathing. And maybe kind of instinctively after if you placed your hand on your belly, or if you're just having a little bit of awareness of your breathing, maybe you already started to shift your breath low into the belly. And if you haven't, that's okay. And as you continue to observe this afternoon, I want you to just pull to mind kind of one or two words to describe how you're feeling right now. Just kind of bringing those into your mind, whether they be positive or negative. So just as we sit in our chair, just bringing to our mind one or two words that describe how we're feeling right now, just to yourself. And we have one hand, if you'd like, over your belly, just observing the breathing. So this just kind of allows us to check in with ourselves. So when we're kind of moving about the day with kind of the hurry and the hustle and bustle, even though the times right now are a little bit different than maybe they typically look, we're still oftentimes not pausing, not taking those few extra breaths to check in with ourselves or to just kind of acknowledge how we're feeling. So this is kind of a time to do that. This is your self-check-in. So take a moment of gratitude for bringing yourself to this space today, just allowing yourself some time for peace, for mindful movement, for breathing. And start to shift that breath low into the belly if you haven't already, inhaling and exhaling at a pace that feels comfortable to you. I want you to try to do a 1-to-1 breath. So that's going to be equal counts of inhale to exhale. Think about softening across your face and your jaw, relaxing the tops of the shoulders. Let's gradually move into a longer exhale. So maybe exhaling 2 to 3 counts longer than your inhale. Drawing the breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Nice and long. Letting go of tension, discomfort, any negative emotions that you're feeling. And take a couple more breath cycles there with that slightly longer exhale. And as you breathe in this way and continue to do so, create an intention for your practice today. Just something that you want to focus on. If you want to dedicate your practice to someone or something, bring that into your heart. And then we'll take a cleansing breath, so inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. And then go ahead and walk your forearms a little bit more forward, so you're creating a little bit of rounding in the spine, kind of a supported forward fold. So you're keeping your head about in line with your heart, maybe dropping it slightly lower if it's available to you, but just start to feel some rounding into your spine. Continue to notice the expansion of the belly as you inhale and gently drawing it in as you exhale. Try to relax the back of the neck here. And if it's available to you, just start to dangle your arms down and maybe just shift and sway a little bit in your chair. And if you want to keep your hands on your thighs for a little bit of extra support, you're welcome to do that. Just kind of taking a variation of a ragdoll forward fold pose from sitting. And then breathing in, keeping your chest hinged forward, come up to about a 45-degree angle over your front thighs. So you're engaging through your core, your chest is lifted, but you're pitched forward a little bit. And then I'm gonna have you take your left hand, move it to the outside of your right leg, and then just reach your right arm back as far as you feel comfortable. Just take a nice, easy twist here. So we're not forcing anything, we're just beginning to bring some warmth into the spine. Good, release it back to center on those forearms, rounding the spine a little bit here. Take a breath in, engage your core, lift your chest, still keeping your trunk pitched forward, and then we'll start to turn and extend the left arm back, following that hand with your eyes. It's going to encourage the whole spine to twist. Good, come back to center one more time each side. Inhale your right arm back, follow it with your eyes, nice easy twist. Exhale, come back to center, breathe in, lift your heart, extend that left arm back, following it with your eyes. Good, coming back to center, inhale, sit up nice and tall in your chair, and then sweep your arms all the way up over your head, maybe taking a little bit more of a forward position in your chair. Good, little back bend if you want, just continuing to look up. On an exhale, bring the hands together at heart center. Good, as you inhale, reach your arms up, look up, little back bend. As you exhale, bring the hands through heart center, forward fold. So you can bring your hands to your thighs or round and reach for the floor. Take a breath in and out. On your next inhale, hinge forward. So this is going to be our halfway lift position from sitting. So you're pitched forward with the trunk, belly is in, chest is lifted. On an exhale, forward fold again, either to your thighs or to the floor. On an inhale, I want you to press into your feet, engage your belly, come all the way up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. So you're welcome to modify that range of motion. So if you don't find it comfortable to reach all the way to the floor, I want you to just come to your thighs and let your back round. So that's going to be our half sun salutation. So we're going to run through that a couple times. But before we do that, I want you to just notice your feet, notice the ground beneath your feet. Maybe lift your heels and lift your toes so you can kind of see what's under you, lengthening your spine. So think about lifting up at the top of your head, drawing the shoulders down and back as you lift the center of your chest. Now with that good spine alignment, we'll sweep the arms all the way up. Keep looking up, little back bend. As you exhale, bring the hands through heart center, round your spine, forward fold. Take a breath in here and out. On your next inhale, come up halfway, hinging forward. Think about pulling your shoulder blades towards your spine. Then as you exhale, round and fold. Relax your neck. Inhale, press into those feet, sweep your arms all the way up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful. One more time through. Inhale, reach up, little back bend. Exhale, forward fold, either to your thighs or towards the floor. Relax your neck. Take a breath in and out. On your next inhale, halfway lift, shoulder blades towards the spine, belly in. On an exhale, round and fold. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good, still keeping that length into your spine. Breathe in, sweep your arms up. This time you're gonna take your right hand, grab loosely onto your left wrist, and then tip to the right for a side stretch. So try to be mindful to not lift that sit bone up. Keep both sit bones grounded through the chair, and you can look down or up, whatever feels best on your neck. Good, inhale, come back to center. Reach both arms up, switch your grip. Exhale, side stretch to the left. Good, inhale, come back to center. Exhale, release your hands down. Go ahead and set them on the chair or your pelvis on the back side here. So if you have space, you can walk your hands all the way back. We're gonna do a seated heart opener. So you're gonna pull the shoulder blades to the spine, lift your chest up, tenting the fingers or grabbing onto your chair. If you can't quite make it to the chair, you can also place them on the back of your hips and point your elbows in a backwards direction. So belly in line with your spine, chest is lifted, shoulder blades are together, lift your chin up. So you're feeling that opening at the base of the throat, across the chest and shoulders. Continuing to breathe here. The breath is coming to that heart center, right across the front body. One more breath in. As you exhale, release back to center. Good. From a seated position, go ahead and toe heel your feet out wide this time. So we're going to focus today on lengthening the muscles that get tight when we do a lot of sitting. So hamstrings and hip flexors, I think, we'll take our focus on today. So from this position, I want you to take that left knee and let it fall in and turn and look to the right. So as you turn and look to the right, you're going to drop that knee in. You're just kind of propping on your chair here. So your body is going to face that side wall. And then I want you to try to straighten your back knee. If it doesn't work out for you, if you can't get it all the way straight, don't worry about it. So from here, I want you to lift your arms up, look up. We're just going to hold this high lunge position here. Knee over ankle on the front leg, just not allowing that knee to go too far past your front toes. Good. As you exhale, bring the hands together at heart center. Now I want you to bring that back leg underneath you a little bit. So you're going to be tucking your tailbone under, firming up the glute on that side. So it's more of a modification of the lunge, but that hip is going to be in line with your knee. So you should feel a stretch through the hip flexor. You're pressing the front of that hip forward and tightening up your butt cheek on that side. So when you breathe in, I want you to reach your, see now I got my rights and lefts mixed up. So you're gonna bring your arm up that's on the outside, so away from the chair, and then you're gonna stretch towards the chair. So we've done that before, but that's a nice side body stretch. Should feel that all the way onto that hip of the back leg, on the front and on the side. Good, come back to center, reach both arms up. And then as you exhale, I want you to twist away from the chair. So take a wide arm twist. So you're still in that same position, you're just gonna twist towards me. Yep, beautiful. Palms towards me, breathe in. Good, come back to center, reach both arms up. And then as you exhale, release down. So whichever leg was forward, if it was your right leg, I want you to turn back and face me. You're gonna take that right leg, scoot towards the edge of the chair and set it right down in front of you. So pull the toes back, take a breath in. As you exhale, start to hinge forward. So I want you to be mindful to not yet let your spine round. So see if you can keep your chest lifted for a few breaths. And let's try rotating the whole leg. So you'll notice you might feel that length into the back of the thigh a little bit differently as you turn your leg. And then come back to center. Now if you want, let your spine round a little bit. Relax the back of the neck and just kind of notice how that feels. You can modify your arm position if you'd like. Good. On an inhale, draw the trunk up. As you exhale, release down, step that foot in. So now we're gonna turn to the second side. So toe heel your feet out nice and wide. So I believe it should be your left leg that's going forward, your right leg is back. We're gonna start to straighten that back leg. So you should be on your second side, whatever it is. So here you're feeling a little bit of stretch through that back leg hip flexor. On an inhale, try floating both your arms up. You're working towards a straight knee on that back leg. And just allow the chair to help you prop here. Softening the shoulders down, away from the ears. Go ahead and press your palms forward towards that front leg. Separate the shoulder blades and drop the chin down. So a little bit of a mid-back stretch. And then as you inhale, sweep your arms up, nice and tall. Lift your chest. As you exhale, release the arms down. Go ahead and let that back knee bend this time. So you're gonna bring the knee underneath you, kind of up on the ball of that back foot, firming up the glute on that outside leg, pressing the front of that right hip forward. So you're feeling a little bit of that hip flexor stretch. On an inhale, reach your arm up, your away from the chair arm, and then as you exhale, go ahead and tip to the chair. Beautiful. Try to keep your shoulders over your hips as much as you feel comfortable. And remember, we're not forcing range of motion here, so we're doing what feels good. Good. Inhale, reach both arms high. And then exhale, twist away from the chair. So towards me again. Spread your palms nice and wide. Beautiful. Breathing. Relaxing your face and jaw. Doing your best not to hold your breath. Inhale, come back to center. Reach your arms up. And then exhale, release the hands down. Go ahead and come back to the center. So you're gonna slowly toe heel your feet back in. This time we're gonna take that left leg, extend it out. So pull the toes back towards you. Try to keep your chest lifted for this first part of our hamstrings lengthener. So you can start to rotate the leg a little bit if that feels good. You might already feel a stretch in the back of the thigh. But then take a nice deep breath in to lengthen, and as you exhale, start to hinge forward. So it's important to note that you might not need to go very far before you feel some length into that hamstring. And then you can explore that rotation or pointing and flexing the foot. And then if you'd like, keep pulling the toes back. Let your spine round a little bit more. Relax the back of the neck as you come forward over that leg. Take a couple deep breaths here. Really think about the breath going to the back of the thigh. Good. As you inhale, start to slowly bring your trunk up. As you exhale, step that straight leg in, so both feet are in. And then go ahead and come up to standing if you're comfortable. And if you have, I'm going to turn my chair to face the side just so it's a little bit easier, but if you have a mat, you're welcome to stand on it. Otherwise, just be mindful of the floor that's underneath you if it's a little bit slippery, so you're not going to lose your balance. And then we're going to come to mountain pose at the back edge of our chair. So chest is lifted, shoulder blades are pulling together and down. You can have your fingertips on the chair or you can have your palms forward. As you inhale, we're going to reach the arms all the way up. Look up. As you exhale, open the chest up. So pull the shoulder blades together. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, bring the hands through heart center and then set your hands on the chair and then walk your feet slightly back. So forearms are going to be on the chair. We're going to take a variation of chair dog, just like we did last week. So you're going to press through your tailbone, press through your sitting bones, shift the weight back towards your heels. And then today what I want you to do is walk your hands or your arms over to the right side of your chair. And I want you to breathe in and then sink your hips away towards the left corner, back corner of your mat. So you're kind of opening into the left side of your trunk all the way into the left side of your hip. Good. Don't force this, but it should feel like a nice kind of side hip and side body opening. Come back to the center, breathe in. Take your hands or your arm over to the second side. And then on your next inhale, breathe in. As you exhale, sink towards that right corner. So you're kind of sinking there, bending a little bit through the hips and knees, relaxing the back of the neck. And you might notice maybe a difference between your range of motion or your flexibility from side to side, and that's okay. Good. Slowly come out of it. Come back to that chair dog position. This time, maybe straightening your elbows, sinking your heart towards the mat, and really allowing your sit bones to lift up and back as you press back towards your heels. Keeping your head and neck in line with your spine. And then as you inhale, start to slowly come out of it. Walk your feet forward towards the chair. Take a nice deep breath in, pedal out the feet a little bit if you need to. And then as you exhale, we're going to take a big step back with the left leg. So it's going to be maybe 2 or 3 feet between each foot. If it's available to you, I want you to try to come up on the ball of your back foot. If that's not available to you, don't worry about it. Just set your heel down. So we're going to try to be up on the ball of the back foot. As you exhale, I want you to bend into that front knee. So this is our high lunge variation in standing. We're trying to have the back knee straight. We're trying to let that knee come over the ankle on the front leg. Be mindful to keep your posture up nice and tall. So you might just have fingertips on the chair for one hand or both hands. If you have an arm available to lift, I want you to try to bring one or both of your arms up over your head. So this is a little bit of balancing here, right? Especially depending on how narrow your base is. So if you need more balance, you could take your feet a little bit further apart, more towards the width of your mat. Good. As you exhale, I want you to take your left hand to the chair, reach your right arm back, opening that chest, that right side of the shoulder. Beautiful. Back knee is still straight, so you're feeling some activation in the legs. Good. Inhale, come back to center. One or both arms up. Drop the shoulders down. And if you have your arms up, maybe take them out a little bit wider to a V shape. So really feeling that length into the left hip flexor. Good. As you exhale, release one or both hands to the chair. And then maybe just loosely bend that back knee and then straighten it. So you're just going to bend nice and easy and straighten it. If that's not available to you, then you're just going to hold either of those positions. One more time, and then step forward to the top of your mat, mountain pose. And I want you to play with just pedaling out your legs a little bit here. So you should hopefully notice a difference between sides because you did some stuff on one side and you haven't done it on the other side yet. So from mountain pose, I want you to find that nice long spine, reach your arms up again. As you exhale, open the chest. Inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, bow forward again. And just relax your back here. We're going to bring our forearms to the chair, bend the knees a little bit, and just come into a variation of a supported forward fold here. So not quite all the way back to our chair dog, but rounding in the spine still. Good. And then press into your feet. Bring your arms all the way up. Look up. Exhale the hands to heart center. From here, one or both hands on the chair. Big step back now with the right leg. So again, we're going to try to come up on the ball of our back foot for high lunge variation. So if you want to find a little bit more balance, you might widen your base here. Take a breath in, lengthen. As you exhale, bend into that front knee. And then by keeping your shoulders over your hips here and really straightening the back knee, you're starting to feel that length through the right hip flexor. So one or both arms can be on the chair, or you can reach one or both arms up for that high lunge. Continuing to breathe here. Back knee is straight. Good. As you exhale, go ahead and place that right hand on the chair, and then inhale, reach your left arm back. So now you're opening that second side of your chest and your shoulder, trying to keep that back knee straight. Really pressing firmly into that leg. As you inhale, sweep both arms up, and then one or both hands on the chair if you'd like. We'll do a couple of those knee bends here, so you're going to allow that back knee to bend slightly, and then press into it to straighten. So bending just a little, long spine, tall posture here. Bending into that leg, you might feel a little bit more of that stretch into the hip flexor. And then coming back up to center. Good. When you're ready, go ahead and step forward towards the back of your chair. And then once again, just pedaling out those feet. This time I want you to march the feet out a little bit wider. So they're maybe 2 feet apart if you don't have a mat, or about towards the long edges of your mat. Walk them back 2 or 3 feet from your chair and then sink back. Sort of our wide leg chair dog, pressing the sit bones back. And feel free to shift your hips a little bit here. Just kind of further opening into the side bodies, the sides of the pelvis, the hamstrings, the shoulders. Kind of working out any last kinks. And then when you feel ready, start to slowly walk your feet back into your chair. And then go ahead and take a seat. So sitting tall in your chair, go ahead and breathe in. Lift your gaze up. As you exhale, bring your hands together at heart center. One more time, big sweep with the arms. Look up. Exhale, hands together at heart center. I want you to bow your chin down. And as you breathe into your heart, I want you to come up with something that you have gratitude for. Something or someone. And then I want you to take a pause, expressing gratitude for yourself, for everything that you do every day for yourself and for others. One more nice deep breath in. And exhale, release your hands to the thighs. Palms are down for grounding today. Palms are up for receiving. Find a comfortable spot in your chair, blinking your eyes closed or lowering your gaze. Notice your breath. Notice how you feel. Notice your mind. Does it feel maybe more at ease, more clear? Notice the quality of your breath. Take a moment of appreciation for your body, for health, for strength, perseverance. And do your best to put a pause on the mind chatter. Be still for a few moments.